God have mercy. My people, now how on a day? How on a day today? I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you're listening to the sound of my voice. This is the Biafra Superstars Media, and I'm holding it down. I say, may God bless Biafra, and may God bless His Excellency NNAMDI Kanu. May God bless, may God bless, may God bless His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Biafra, USB, His Excellency, ESN, EKPA, Simon and Joko, for the job Simon is doing. Simon, I want to say we thank you. We appreciate you. We love you because we know in your hands Biafra has come. In your hands Biafra will be safe. And in your hands, now that Biafra has come, the people of Biafra will rejoice. When I say the people, I mean the men, the women, the children, the old, the young, the sick, the mild, the gentle, the civilized and the uncivilized, those born in Biafra and those born in the bite of Biafra. We shall all come together under one voice, under one accord, under one union, under one government, and under one God, to sing for Hallelujah Day, the day that the God of Biafra has made. Fellow Biafrans, what you are seeing here is the youths of the north, Ndausa, Ndofulani, the youths of Zamfara, mining their gold in a crude way, with crude tools, and nobody is attacking them. There is no bombs, no military coming to attack them. They are mining gold for Zamfara this way. It's okay. As we know, Zamfara gold belongs to the people of Zamfara and to the Fulani cabal. It's okay. But how come when you juxtapose this and compare it to that of the Biafrans, those living in Niger Delta, all they want to do is make a living, a bit of a living from the resources that God has given to them in their land, in the land of their ancestors. When they use their own tools, their own machineries, their own crude machineries to get a bit, less than 1% of what the Nigerian government is stealing, when they want to explore and make a bit of resource, take a bit of crude oil from their land, Nigerian government send their military to kill them, send aircraft to bomb them, and sometimes they will set the place ablaze to burn everybody up. I want you to see the difference of how life is in Nigeria. In the north, see the way they are digging their gold, no problem. Taking their time, they are not scared. They are enjoying it, making the money, giving the money to the governor. The governor now remit a percentage to the caliphate. Making their billions is okay. See how in Nigeria, when it comes to the north, things can work out amicably. It's okay for them to go in there, explore for gold or whatever, and make some money, and no problem. Everybody's happy. It's only in Niger Delta, it's only in the riverine area of Biafra, the coastal regions, that things start to turn different. Suddenly, people don't have the right to exploit. Think about that. Look at the tools these guys are using. Look at the crude tools they are using to get resource from their own land. But when we do it, it becomes a problem. When the youths of Biafra want to explore a bit, because normally they say even 10% goes to the people, those that own the land. Normally they should have a location where that land, okay, this one, no, explore whatever is here and it's with you. You keep it. That's how it's done. Don't say you're paying them, 13%. That doesn't make sense. How can you pay the owner of a land 13% where is that in USA again? Alaska. They don't do that. They don't do that. They are the ones that remit to the federal government of USA or to the government of USA. They remit money from the proceeds from the oil in Alaska. But in Biafra, they say, hey, don't touch it. don't get involved. All the oil wells, they belong to the cabal. They're sending their military down. And you saw what they did in Okwama, young youths trying to make some money. You saw what they did to them in Okwama, how they buy them. This is the problem. When we speak these things, people don't understand it. But see how these guys, they are doing their business peacefully in Zamfara. Nobody is stopping them. Nobody is buying them. Just imagine them. They're having a good time, a busy schedule, making their money. But unfortunately, the money they are making does not go to the center. Your so-called federal government of Nigeria don't get the money these guys are making, the billions of dollars. If you doubt me, tell me when they've read a budget in Nigeria where they said, okay, proceeds, the revenues from gold in Zamfara was used, to run this, to run this budget or to forecast the budget. We are forecasted that in 2026, the revenue from Zamfara gold will be 20 billion. Have you ever heard that? No. What they want to use is the oil revenue, Biafran oil. That's what runs Nigeria, not the billions made from Zamfara. I'm speaking so that make Ndi Igbo begin to hear, or Hanese make them begin to hear. Southeastern politicians, the so-called Southeastern politicians, make them begin to hear what? Nigerians, those that say the Igbos are the problem. See the way these guys, they are mining their own. Having a good time. They are active, they are busy. Mining the resources, but the revenue, the proceeds don't go to you guys. You guys don't even get a fringe benefit of it. It goes to a particular people. Last time I heard, when they were declaring the asset, the governor of Zamfara said he was already a multi-billionaire. And you ask me, what industry is in Zamfara? What business is in Zamfara, apart from this gold? How did he become a billionaire at a very young age? What's his track record when it comes to business? No. Think about that. Think about that. They say one Nigeria, one Nigeria. The only oneness I see is the exploration, the exploitation of the crude oil from Biafra land. That's what keeps you one. If today God shuts down the whole oil wells in Biafra land, that zoo called Nigeria will break up immediately. Instantly, they will break up. And they will say the Igbos should go. While the North now enjoy their gold, and the Yoruba, they enjoy their own, their own proceeds, the cocoa and the rest of them. If oil should cease today, they will open their eyes, say, Igbos, oh yeah, go away, we don't want you, go and get your Biafra. We never liked you from the beginning. Go and get your Biafra. Leave us alone. They will break up. When they say one Nigeria, they mean one oil, one resource. That resource, they must exploit and steal as much as possible. Before I go, hear the caricature in this guy's narrative. Hear the caricature. He's been wise, the narrator of this story. Hear what he said in this video. He's clever. He's clever. Listen to what he said.
Wow, so for Zamfara state for Nigeria, now like this Aboki they mine their gold.
Listen.
Wow, interesting. But the governor will provide them better tools. If the mine are finished now, governor will come collect that percentage. Now wow. Wow, so for Zamfara state for Nigeria, now like this Aboki they mine their gold. Wow, interesting. But the governor will provide them better tools. If the mine are finished now, governor will come collect that percentage.
Listen.
Now wow. Wow, so for Zamfara state for Nigeria, now like this Aboki they mine their gold.
He's been, trying to be a bit funny where he said, wow. So for Zamfara state in Nigeria, now like this, then they mine their gold. Is this the way they used to mine their gold? No, I believe this is just a location where they do these things. Like I said, there is job for the boys. The youths in Zamfara, they are allowed, to make their money. They are allowed to make their money. Nobody is stopping them. That's my anger. Nobody is stopping them. But once you go to the riverine area, they drop bombs on the oil well, and everybody gets burnt. They come there, they shell them bullets. Okwama, you saw what happened in Okwama? You saw what happened in Okwama. To me, Okwama situation was a business that went bad, a deal that went bad, a business transaction that went bad. The military went there in Okwama to go and do what they did. Lord have mercy. They went there for a transaction. Money for the boys. Unfortunately, things went left. Things went to the left. There were gunshots, people died, and the military were angry. They came back. Because for the first time, we are hearing that one of the military men that died, and that went to catch those youths. Now, money they want now, at the end, you saw what happened. The whole army now came and they leveled out Okwama, a community where your uncles, your aunties, your nephews, your grandpa, your grandma, they live there. Your great-grandmother, they live in Okwama. They were born in Okwama. They schooled in Okwama. They got married in Okwama. They had their children in Okwama. They had their great-grandchildren in Okwama. The rest of them left the city of Okwama, but their grandparents remained in Okwama. But suddenly, Nigeria military went there to level everybody out. They committed a genocide against the people of Okwama because of an oil deal that went bad. An oil deal that went bad. A business that went bad. They went there to go and collect their own share. Miscommunications. You pay too much. You pay too much. Where's my own share? And before you knew it, things happened. But look here in Zamfara. They're having a good time. Nobody is disturbing them. No military is disturbing them. No gunshots. No aircraft flying to throw bombs there. No. They are above the law. They are allowed to exploit their resources. Zamfara gold belongs to Zamfara. Nobody's complaining about it. Nobody's arguing about it. Not the Yoruba, not the Middle Belt, not the Hausa, not the Fulani. Because they understand the memo say, Nkem bunkem, nkai bunkai. My own na my own. Our own, our own. My gold is my gold. And your resources in your land, your oil in your land is our national resources. One Nigeria. For the oil in Biafra land, they say one Nigeria. But when it comes to the gold in Zamfara, they say it belongs to Zamfara. Fellow Biafrans, let this make sense. Let it sink in. I played this video because this guy that made it, he probably does not know what he did. An eye-opener to show us how they roll in Zamfara, in the north. Everywhere looks peaceful. They are not hiding in the creeks, in the thick mangrove forest in the creek, where you have to go through boats to go reach the place. Despite our own people, they use boats, enter bush, and go through, pythons and scorpions, snakes, crocodiles to get to the oil rig when they want to make their small money. Nigeria will still trace them. The owners of oil well, they will still force the Nigerian government to take a fighter jet to go and locate them and drop bombs. Drop bombs to buy everybody. I'm not saying what they are doing is right, but they are the owner of the resources. They must have a right to a particular land, a particular location where they can explore as much as they can. In a civilized world, that's how it's done. In Alaska, they are doing it. Alaskans, they have gold. Alaskans, they have the right to explore for gold. Oil and the rest of them. They have the right to go into a land where they see an oil. They just have to create a mini oil well there, and that's it. And they make the money, they sell the oil, and they remit the tax to the state, and at the end, the state remits to the government, to the American government in Washington. That way there is peace. There is a win-win for everybody. Everybody's happy. Everybody's enjoying. So some of the lands that the federal government or the government of USA have found, okay, they go right to Alaska to get a license to say, okay, we have seen this place. So in the boundary of Alaska, we've seen this one. Oh, what do you think? Oh, we want to do cracking. Oh, we want to explore the waters of Alaska for oil. They said, okay, we shall vote to find out. At the end, Alaskans voted against fracking in, in their rivers. And the US government, they backed out. They backed down from that idea. During those days, you were hearing fracking. That was what they wanted to do then. They wanted to go and explore the deep waters. But when the people of Alaska, they voted, they said, no, don't do it. They had to bow down and respect the will of the people. But the problem is, in Nigeria, in that zoo, everything is different. As long as the resources is in Biafra land, it's a no-go area. Don't discuss with us. Don't communicate with us. Nigerian government, the federal government has the responsibility to control it. But one more time, hear the way the narrator of this video, kudos to him. He was being, sarcastic to an extent. A caricature of Nigeria. I understand the humor in what he was saying. But some of you didn't catch it. Let's take it one more time, over and over again. Let it play in your mind as I end this one. Listen.
Wow, so for Zamfara state for Nigeria, that like this Aboki they mind their gold.
Listen.
Wow, interesting. But the governor will provide them better tools. If the man are finished now, governor will come collect that percentage. Now wow. Wow, so for Zamfara state for Nigeria, that like this Aboki they mind their gold.
Okay.
Wow, interesting. But the governor will provide them better tools. If the man are finished now, governor will come collect that percentage. Now wow. Wow, so for Zamfara state for Nigeria, that like this Aboki they mind their gold.
For the last time.
Wow, interesting. But the governor will provide them better tools. If the man are finished now, governor will come collect that percentage. Wow. Wow, so for Zamfara state for Nigeria, that like this Aboki they mind their gold.
So for Zamfara state in Nigeria, now like this, Aboki, they take their mind their gold. You see, sometimes when they will use those words, it's so funny. Aboki. You know, they still think it is the Hausa doing everything. That's the problem. The average Nigerian that call themselves a Nigerian, they still want to blame the Hausa. They don't know the days of the Hausas are gone. Hausa don't have a say anymore. They have been defeated in Nigeria. But subconsciously, we keep on saying Hausa. Why? Because of the days of Wazobia, Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba. Wa for Yoruba, Zo for Hausa, Bia for Igbo. The tripod that upholds Nigeria back then. But someone came and took away the leg, one of the tripods. Hausa was taken out. And something else came to take the place of the Hausas, the Fulanis. And then they came with the psychology. In order to outsmart the Igbos in the Wazobia, they now came with a so-called partnership with the Yorubas. And from day one, we always know that the Yorubas, I don't know why, but there is this thing about them when it comes to the Igbos. They hate us in a passion. I don't know why, but somehow deep inside, the Yorubas are angry with the Igbos. They have this problem with us, because maybe it's how successful we are in the way we do things. So there is this envy and jealousy because the Yorubas claim they are the most, advanced, the most educated in Nigeria. So they expect, say, by proxy, when it comes to money, when it comes to business, they should be number one. But they are worried that how can this boy, when no go school, all he did was learn trade. He came to Lagos and he's a billionaire. He's buying houses, he's opening shops and businesses and the rest of them. Envy turns to jealousy. Jealousy turns to hatred. So for we and the Yorubas, it's a different ball game. I believe the problem is that how can you come to Lagos, my Lagos, as they say, and you are prospering more than us? It's a natural phenomenon. It's a natural phenomenon. You don't outshine those who owns the land. You don't outshine those where you abode. It's a normal thing. When you're living in a community, if you're a foreigner, if you're a stranger in a place, and suddenly you are doing very, very well, you are becoming successful, you are able to exploit your environment, You are doing business, and you know in business, it's all about maximizing profit. We came with a formula. We're the first to go to Belgium to go and buy goods. We're the first to go to Germany to go and buy goods. We're the first to explore China to come. Even though Chinese, they speak a different language, our young boys were able to decode it. They were able to break down that barrier. They went to China, communicated with the Chinese. They were doing business, buying things from China. And the Chinese say, okay, in that case, let us follow the blueprint of these young boys. Now, China is now all over Africa doing business. And you know the price, the goods of China, they're very, very cheap. So when we're able to break the Chinese market, to go and buy electronics, to go and buy goods and services, and we brought it down, we are bound to make profit, what they call super profit or abnormal profit. And somehow the Biafrans, we have what they call the business science. You don't study business science in school. What you study in school is business studies. Lord have mercy. I feel like I have to teach in this one. In your schools, in your high school, secondary school, university, even up to master's degree, what they teach you is business studies, business management. They don't teach you business science. Quote me anywhere. That business science is inborn in us. That's why we are successful. The science of business, nobody can teach it. There is no curriculum, no school, no university is teaching it. The only two people that understand that science are the Biafrans and the Israelites. Israel and Biafra. Why? The Biafrans, we are known as children of the rising sun. In Israel, they are known or referred to as children of the light. Now, only those two people, them. Now, them God gave that science of business. If you like, quote me anywhere. If you like, let the Fulani go and enter into business, buying and selling. They are wasting their time because they don't have the discipline, the stamina to wait for 6-7 months. The goods you are waiting for, as it's getting close to the shores of Africa, suddenly the ship can't capsize. All your goods tumble. You have to go through what? Law and court to go and reclaim your money. It takes 6-7 years to reclaim the fundings. But you are still disciplined enough to put more money into that business while you await the outcome of your case for a refund for those goods that were destroyed in the high sea. Not only that, the spirit of the resonance marketing, how to make people see things you have as value. How to make something expensive cheap. People don't have that science. They don't have the science. How to buy a spare part and somehow you make the price to be cheap. How you buy a car. Yes, this car, there's an accident in the front or in the back, but you know what you are looking for. You are looking for the engine. You are looking for those tires. You are looking for the steering wheel. You are looking for the dashboard. So yes, the accident happened at the rear end and the seller is saying, oh, this car has no value to me anymore. I want to sell it for $200. I don't give a damn. Yes, it is worth $100,000, but I want to sell it for $10,000 because the rear end is damaged, according to that person. But we, the Biafrans, we understand, say the wing mirror, they are expensive. Even the seats, they are expensive. The door cards, they're expensive. The engine is expensive. We see all those things and we look beyond the scope of just the accident that happened to that car. This is a business science. Nobody has it. Now only us get them. We and the Israelites. That's why till this day, Israel is being hated. Where? In the Arab world there. And we, the Biafrans, we are hated in our own land. The science of business. Science of business. Nobody has it. But somehow, the science of warfare, it is being taught. People, they learn that school of thought. But science of business, no lecturer fit teach more. Except we, the Biafrans, can't make the mistake. They teach other people. As I've been seeing now, some of these so-called, celebrities, they are busy showing out how to, to do things to others. That science of business. It is so that it is normal. Say they will envy and hate on you because you are doing well. But just look at this picture. Zamfara people, they are exploiting their gold. It's not even exploring. This is not the tools to use to explore gold. They are degrading the the environment, doing what they are doing, and nobody is attacking them. Your federal government is not attacking them. Does the Tinubu government know this is going on? Are they the ones that brought these men on site to work? These men on the ground to work? Are they the ones? No. It is Zamfara. It's a cabal. And nothing can stop them. Two different laws. Asari Dokubo, come and watch what is happening. Asari Dokubo, you that say, oh, you kill the Igbos, you kill the Igbos, come and see the way they treat their own, how they do business in their own land. Your own job is to be protecting the pipeline for them to steal your crude oil. Tompolo, your job, the contract they gave to you in billions was to protect the pipeline where they used to siphon your resources. And if your boys, your brothers want to go get more oil there, you send men to buy them. But see the way these ones they are enjoying here. No, they are free, fresh air. See the atmosphere. Very free and fair. They are making their money. Nobody is disturbing them. At the end, they carry what they've made to the governor. The governor pays them. The government keeps the rest. They make their billions and they share money to the cabal, not to the government, not to the federal government. Federal government gets zero and they dare not ask Zamfara, where's the proceeds? Where's the money you are making from the gold? I rest my case. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those that have ears, let them hear.